Christians. Up here we see in Matthew 7, the words of Jesus Christ, where he says, "Do not cast your pearls before swine." Now, if you've read anything in the Old Testament, you will know that pigs or swine were considered unclean animals. Back then, they were unclean animals. And eating them was considered an abomination. Jesus himself, in the Gadarenes, he cast out demons out of a person and allowed the demons to enter into the swine, and then they ran off into the lake and drowned. We also see the prodigal son, who, when he left his father's house and all its luxuries and extravagancies, he found himself eating the husks and feeding with pigs and swine. And all of these things, they symbolize alliances with the wicked. Like the prodigal son, he decided that it was better to try out the world than it was to remain in his father's house. And in short order, he returned, having left off from his alliance temporarily with the world. To a pig, to us, a pearl is something of value. A pearl has great value. But to a pig, a pearl might as well be a bean or a pea or a black-eyed pea. Something of no value, something to be just eaten and consumed. You make the mistake if you think that just not eating pork is going to save you. The dogs here in this passage and the pigs here in this passage, even though they're talking about literal pigs and literal dogs, they are used metaphorically for literal people. The ungodly, those who hate the truth but who pretend to embrace it for a time. But we find in 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 22, that a dog always returns to its vomit and a pig always returns to its wallowing in the mire. Dogs and pigs represent those who pretend to be faithful, but always show themselves as not being faithful at all.